Hey, do you have a numb hand? You wake up with tingling in your fingers? Watch this. 2 years ago, I woke up with a numb hand. Sort of felt like a rubber band was wrapped around my thumb and my index finger. I couldn't figure it out. I tried to shake it, and the feeling came back. Not completely, but it kind of felt heavy, almost like it wasn't mine. So I went to the chiropractor, and he ordered an MRI. And there it was, a pinched nerve at C6. He called it the texting nerve because it takes the most pressure when we look down and we're staring at our phones all day. So basically a disc had bulged out of my neck and was choking the nerve root. This specific nerve controls my thumb and my pointer finger, which explains that tingling, the numbness, the weakness in my arm. It was all coming from that one tiny spot in my neck that was being crushed between those two bones. So I got the adjustments from the chiropractor, and really they did work. I walked out of his office feeling taller. I stayed pain-free for a couple of months. But then I would spend 8 hours a day hunched over my screen, chin forward, typing on Zoom calls, shoulders rounded over, and by 5 p.m. that day, those adjustments that the chiropractor had done before were undone. My hand was numb again, the texting nerve was crushed. I had no choice. I had to go back to the chiropractor. So 5 appointments later, I'm fixed, he says. But then comes a road trip, 6 hours to visit our family. By hour 4 of driving, my neck was so stiff, I couldn't even check my blind spot in the car without turning my entire torso. That's dangerous, right? Like, you shouldn't be driving if you can't look over your shoulder. And by the time we get to our family's house, my hand was just numb, and I can't enjoy our time on vacation at all. So then I get back home, go back to the chiropractor for the 3rd time that year, and I said to him, "Why does this keep happening to me? You're supposed to be fixing me." And he said, "Well, look, your disc is already bulged out of place once. It created a weak spot. And so here's the problem. When you're driving, when you're working, when you're at your computer all day, when you're scrolling your phone, you're leaning your head forward. And that's putting like an extra, 30, 60 pounds of pressure. How about this? Every inch you lean your head forward, an extra 10 pounds of pressure is added to your neck. You do the math. So I can take the pressure off today," he said. "But unless gravity is working against you 24/7, unless you undo that damage daily, it's just a matter of time before it slips again. I'm like the dentist," he told me. "I fixed the damage, but you need a toothbrush to keep the problem from coming back." So then I asked the obvious question, "Okay, so what's the toothbrush for my spine?" "Well, stretches help," he admitted, "but let's be honest, nobody does them every day. You just need something easier." So he reached into his drawer and pulled out this weird-looking device. I was skeptical. I've seen thousands of these miracle gadgets on social media. You look at them on Amazon. You can find them as seen on TV places. But this wasn't an ad. This was actually my doctor prescribing it. He said, "Look, I think of this as a reset button. Use it before a long drive to prep your spine, or right after work when you feel that numbness creeping back. You don't have to use it forever, just whenever gravity starts winning." So I bought it from him, and honestly, it sat in the box, and I forgot about it for a couple of months. And then I woke up with that buzzing, dead feeling in my hand again, and I used it that morning. Nothing happened. No miracle pop, no instant relief. It's just like sort of brushing your teeth every day doesn't fix a cavity. But then I remembered his advice. He said it's maintenance. So I stuck with it 15 minutes a day. Day 3, my neck felt better. After 6 days, I woke up and I went to feel my hand, and it felt normal. And then I finished a full 2 weeks of it, and the relief wasn't temporary. It just stuck. So a few months later, I had a 7-hour drive ahead of me, and I used the device for a couple of days beforehand, and I prepped my spine, and I drove the whole way, 0 numbness. And was my neck a little stiff? Sure, but I used the device again that night, and the stiffness melted before it could turn into pain. Look, this isn't magic, and I'm not trying to talk you into getting something that doesn't work. Chiropractors are great, but you can't pack the chiropractor in your suitcase. This device gave me the power to fix the daily damage myself. So I'm not 20 anymore, and I can't afford to ignore my body. This is my daily maintenance. It's like toothbrush, but for my neck. The science in it is really quite simple. It's basically a chiropractor office in a box. It combines the 4 therapies that you get when you go to see him. It's 104 degrees heat, and that makes the tension go away. And then there's deep tissue massage, and then EMS, which is electrical muscle stimulation, something like that. And that reactivates the dormant muscles. And then the cervical traction. That's the 26-degree arch that makes the device look funny. It's not random. It's that precise angle that you need to open up your vertebrae, and stretches it by 2 millimeters or something like that. That tiny space is all that nerve needs to breathe and function normally. Plus, it's customizable. So my go-to is the level 2 heat, level 4 massage, and level 1 of the EMS. So here's the best part. The device was actually developed by a US neurologist, and for years you could only get it from your chiropractor. But because the results were undeniable, they decided, hey, let's release it to the public. To make a splash online, they need social proof fast. They need your success story. So for this particular launch window, they're running a massive sale. I think it's 53% off. They're throwing in a free relief bundle They get their reviews. You get clinic grade relief for half the price. It's win for everybody. But once they hit their review target, the price goes back up.